getting a point from that game. By the way, that goal for Atletico Madrid was the only shot on target throughout the whole match, that coming in the 53rd second. Just taking a look at the bottom half of the standings. I mentioned Atletico Madrid, of course, near the top for Real Sociedad. They're sitting in 15th as you welcome in Luis Garcia. Luis is back with us. Luis, let's not sugarcoat this. Let's not pretend that Real Sociedad are the team that they have been in the past, where it's a hard place to go, where you've really got to battle. This was pathetic, wasn't it, from Atleti, given their start?
Yes, I think it was very, very poor. I don't want to take any credit from Real Sociedad. That I think he played the best game of the season, because they dominated from the second minute until the 95th minute, creating chances, putting so much pressure on Atletico Madrid that they couldn't even get out of their position. But I think that in this time, Simeone couldn't adapt to the changes, not even the second half, trying to bring something extra. Soloth arrived very late on the game. No Correa, that is normally the one who changed the direction of this team or change the dynamic up front. It was all about defending, about being compact and trying to don't give spaces. And it's true that Real Sociedad, they create a lot of chances, so many, thanks to Oblak, that they didn't receive any more goals, Atletico Madrid. But they don't have a killer. They don't have a player who can score goals. It has to be from a fantastic touch from Sukic. It's probably one of the best goals so far this season for Real Sociedad and in the rest of the season. But it has to come from that, because they try from every single angle, and we couldn't see any reaction after the defeat on the midweek.
Yeah, I mean, as a manager, I would be upset Rodrigo de Paul giving the ball away. But as a player, I would be even more upset at this continuation of this negative football. I would be in the dressing room, would be like, come on, man, come on. We have to get a foothold in the game. We have to squeeze up the pitch. We have players, Gallagher, Koke, Griezmann, Alvarez, the list, Rodrigo de Paul's on the list goes on, who can retain the ball. And when you retain the ball, then you don't have to defend as deep and as many times. We had one of the most talented players that's played the game, and Antoine Griezmann, who spent a big chunk of the second half, and this is credit to him, by the way, credit to Griezmann. He was tracking back into left back. He was clear. I said to you at one point, Dan, he just cleared the ball from his own 6-yard box. That's credit to him, but he shouldn't have to do that on a regular basis, now and again. But not almost the whole second half, because they're deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's embarrassing. They're 7 points behind. There's no sign that they're going to put a run of results together. And there's no sign that this manager is going to change. It is frustrating beyond belief that I have these players in my dressing room, and yet I continue to send them out against a team that are struggling. But we know Sociedad can play good football. They've done it for a while. But we also know they're vulnerable and they're struggling. And yet this attitude remains the same. And it only starts from one. When the money men at Atletico Madrid, who have spent money this summer, sit down and say, where is the problems within this squad? I'm afraid the eyes are starting to point to the Argentinian manager.
Most definitely. And the reason why they are, Shaq, is because expectations were rightly high going into this. We're talking about this team could battle with Barcelona. Look at all the problems that they've got off the pitch going into the start of the season.
Madrid, you see what Real do, you think, okay, they're kind of pushing on, but you also have to recognise the struggles at Barcelona or at Girona. You don't expect to do as they did last season. So this is an opportunity for us. And to Craig's point, they spend money in addressing many of those issues. You bring in a striker like Julian Alvarez, you bring in Conor Gallagher. You expect more from this Atletico Madrid side. Yet here we are, first week of October, and I don't think anybody right now is thinking Atletico Madrid can mount any kind of a challenge.
No.
It's the first week of October, and we're already writing Atletico Madrid off. And that speaks to Craig's point. It's not about the talent. The talent is in the dressing room. You just look at the list on that team sheet. The ability that they're able to call on, but then when you see the football, when you see that a wing-back is able to pin Griezmann in his own box in the way that Sociedad have been able to do consistently, you have to ask questions about responsibilities, about duties, and about tactics. And that comes down to Diego Simeone. That's how he kind of built Atletico Madrid to compete at the top, but he's not evolved. He has not gone with the game, and my concern now is, from a team that finished fourth last season, the game continues to go further and further past Atletico Madrid.
I look at managers that had success kind of this way. Now, I don't want to generalise, but there's 2 or 3 out there. He's one of them. He's had success.
Yeah.
Now it's more of a struggle. The game has evolved in the last 10 years in particular. One of the best, Mourinho. It was marvellous how he went about it, and then the game changed. The game evolved, and this defensive approach, stoic, sit in, fixed bayonet, it works now and again, but it rarely works. And then you go to Italy, and I looked at Max Allegri, another one. Yeah. Not renowned for playing open football, but, let's be hard to beat. As the game evolves, not always, but most of the time, these managers have started to struggle because teams are taking more risks now. The game has got wider and the pitch has got bigger because, they're kicking the ball out from the 6-yard box into the penalty box. The full-backs are stretching. The centre-halves are stretching. The front guys are pushing on. The game has stretched. And that has meant that the game has become more open. And these managers that have played this type of football over the years and had success, to use